Hello, welcome to another video. I think the last book haul I did was last year? Christmas? Maybe? Welcome to a book haul. I've acquired a fair few new books and they have been piling up in this corner and I need to tidy up the library, so that means I need to do a book haul. I don't necessarily do these monthly. I feel like you should probably know that here, that there is no schedule. So these are from the last couple of months-ish, but most of them very recently, because when Pris, Steph and Gavin came down for Polathon, we went out book shopping and I acquired a lot of books, and Cece, bless her heart, has also sent me quite a few as well. So I have a fair number of books to go through, and these books are going to need space, so at some point after this video, this one will go up first, but there will be a companion video to this video where I have to unhaul the same number of books as I haul. Just so I can, you know, make some space somewhere, because that's going to be necessary. Without further rambling, let's just get on with the hauly section, because that's what we're really here for. First up, thank you to Harper360 for the copy of Squire. This is a proof of a graphic novel. The beginning is coloured, but because it's a proof it then goes into sketchwork. But I don't mind that, and I'm quite excited about this because I need to read more graphic novels. It has turned out, but also looks really fun. A young knight must decide between loyalty to her heritage or her empire. So yeah, looking forward to that, and thank you to Harper for the proof. Quick mention to a couple of Fairyloot books that we've got. So we have Year of the Reaper from, was this December's box, I think? Yeah, Year of the Reaper from December's box, and then we have Only a Monster from January's box. I don't yet have February's box. But yeah, a couple of Fairyloot books. Won't dwell on them because you've probably seen them all over the shop, but that's 3 books so far already. Let's go into some of the ones that I, again, won't talk about too much because you will have seen them everywhere. One of those being one that I had pre-ordered, which is House of Sky and Breath, is that it? Yeah, House of Sky and Breath by Sarah J Maas, the sequel to House of Earth and Blood, the second Crescent City novel. It's a weapon. I don't know when I'm going to read this, realistically. It's not one that I'm, like, super hyped about. It was just taking advantage of a pre-order deal more than anything. I will get to it at some point, but I didn't adore Crescent City. It took me a long time to read, so I think I need to, like, dedicate some time when I get to this one, because I don't think I'm going to fly through it the way that everyone else seems to. That has got a delightful new book smell. But, yeah, everyone knows what this is about. It's Sarah J Maas's newest release. When Gavin was down with Pris and Steph, we took a trip out to Waterstones, and Gavin treated us all to his discount. Sneaky, sneaky. So I managed to grab a stack of books from Waterstones. Let's go through those. I picked up The Ship of Cloud and Stars by Amy Raphael, mainly because it was illustrated by George Ermos, so my eye was drawn to it because it's the same person that's illustrated the Malamander books, the Eerie on Sea books, and some of Ashley Hardy's as well. So the art style just called out to me to, oh, that's a book you're going to enjoy. This is about a young Nico Cloud who desperately wants to be an explorer, but her parents think that adventures aren't for girls. Fate intervenes when Nico chases a kitten on board a ship, and then the ship sails out to sea and Nico is an accidental stowaway. Lucky for her, the ship belongs to a famous scientist who's on a quest for new discoveries, but clouds are brewing overhead and cunning pirates are determined to wreck the crew's mission. Sounds like a wild adventure story to me, sounds like it's going to be one I'm really going to enjoy, and it was just one that caught my eye, so grabbed that one. The next one I picked up is The Three Impossibles by Susie Bauer. The cover again for this really called out to me. It screams something I'm going to enjoy. But this is about a young girl called Mim, who grew up surrounded by secrets. Her mother passed away and a strange curse was cast upon her family, and she lives in this tower and she's isolated, forbidden from ever going outside, and her father hires this governess who sounds like a right piece of work, but Mim is ready to like do anything to escape and taste some freedom. She's willing to break all the rules and set out on an epic quest for the truth. Sounds, again, like a wild adventure that I'm probably going to really enjoy. Next up, I picked up The Fire Maker by Guy Jones, mainly because it's about a magician, or a young guy who wants to be a magician. Alex loves magic, it's tricks and illusions, and he's good at it too. But when he stumbles into old Mr. Olmo's garden, he sees something he can't explain. Tiny flames flickering in the air. Fire magic. Real fire magic. So I really like the vibe of actual like trick magic and illusion magic and then meeting real magic. I think this is going to be fun. It should also be a super quick read. And again, the cover just calls to me. I'm excited about it. Next up, I picked up Wrath because I am gonna continue that series this year, and I am not gonna wait for all of my hardbacks from the Broken Binding to come, so I picked up the paperback of Wrath. I have Valor, haven't read it yet. But yeah, this is the third book in the Faithful and the Fallen series by John Gwynne. Starts with Malice. Malice is the only one I've read so far, but I really enjoyed it. Loved it so much. Still don't know who to believe or what's going on in that book. Need to read the next one. But it's a prophecy coming true, but you don't know who is what side of that prophecy. Oh, love it. Just thinking about it and thinking, oh god, I need to pick up Valor. So I picked up Malice. No, Wrath. I picked up Wrath. Third book, so that I can get to it at some point, and whilst I was using Gavin's discount, it made sense. Similar story with Queen of Storms by Raymond E. Feist. This is the sequel to, is it King of Ashes? Pretty sure that's the name of the book. But it's another one that I think I'm really going to enjoy. Picked up the sequel whilst I had an available discount to use. Might as well. So I did. So there's another one. Apologies if I'm going through these really quick. I honestly don't know like the ins and outs of all of these books, and I still have loads to get through. So let's keep going. Next up, I picked up Mordew by Alex Phoebe. This was on Gavin's recommendation, and then I picked it up, Pris picked it up, and Steph picked it up. So turns out we're making a book club for Mordew. But this is mainly from Gavin just being like, oh, I think you would really enjoy it, and then reading the first couple of lines of the blurb. God is dead. His corpse hidden in the catacombs beneath Mordew. That's all I needed to know. It's a proper chunky book, but I'm really excited about it, and I'm excited to buddy read it with the guys as well. It's gonna be good fun, hopefully. That cover is a little bit creepy looking, but God is dead. Another one I picked up for myself, just off Amazon, but I picked up Starfell Book 2, because I have Book 1 and Book 3, but Book 2 was unavailable for a little while, so I picked up Book 2. I really liked the first one. It took me by surprise how much I ended up really enjoying it. It was just the right sort of like whimsical, nonsensical mayhem for me, and I'm really looking forward to continuing this series, so I picked up the second one of that. It's again probably going to be a super quick read, but I really enjoyed the first one, about a young girl called Willow Moss who has the power to find lost things, which she always thought was a bit of a naff gift, but turns out it's pretty useful. And this is about the Forgotten Tale. So yeah, also just need to show off the beauty of Under the Dust Jackets, because gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So there's that one. Another one I picked up for myself from my local independent bookstore is Race to the Frozen North by Katherine Johnson. This is the story of Matthew Henson, who is one of the first men to reach the North Pole. However, he was erased from history because he's black. But this is the truth of his story, and it's a Barrington Stoke one as well, so it's a dyslexia-friendly print and stuff. I read it for Polathon. I found it really emotional in the end, actually. It was the last day of Polathon that I read this one on, so you can go and check out my thoughts there if you want. But I really enjoyed it. It was a good story, but it really like pulled my heartstrings in places as well. So yeah, a really good story, and probably one that I will end up donating to my sister's school actually, because educational and the like dyslexia friendly print and stuff I think would be beneficial in a school, to be honest. But I have read it and really enjoyed it. And another one I picked up from the independent bookstore is this book all about trolls. This is an illustrated treasury of Swedish folk and fairy tales by John Bauer. It's all about trolls. A lot of Swedish folklore and fairy tale is all about trolls, and there's so many illustrations throughout this book. Like, I can turn to almost any page and there's just troll illustrations everywhere. Oh, not that one though. Ah, there's one though. Like, almost every page has a troll illustration. I'm really looking forward to reading this. I recently read a similar, I'll get to more of them actually, but I recently read Nordic Tales and Russian Tales and saw this on Swedish Tales and thought I would give it a go, so I'm excited to get to this at some point. And on that topic, it makes sense to mention the massive collection of Chronicle books, tales that I now have. So it was this collection from which I read Nordic Tales and Russian Tales, and Amanda had gifted me Monstrous Tales. Thank you ever so much, Amanda, for this one. So we've got Monstrous Tales as well. And then Cece went nuts and has got me Tales of Japan, Tales of India, Tales of East Africa, and Ghostly Tales. So I now have the whole Chronicle books tales collection, including Nordic Tales, Russian Tales, and Celtic Tales, which I haven't yet read. So I now have the whole lot of these, and I'm so excited. They are beautiful books with gorgeous illustrations. Like, each story starts with a full page illustration on it, and they're all beautiful. This is the ghostly one, so they're probably all going to be pretty chilling. Oh, another chilling one there. Oh, don't want to lose that gift note. I need to tape that in. But yeah, they're all beautiful books. Let's see. Gorgeous. And again, always have the, like, full page illustrations as well at each story. I love them, and I've really enjoyed the ones I've read from the other books, so I'm looking forward to continuing learning more about these tales from around the world. Ooh, well, that is a creepy looking one. Interesting. And then I'm very excited about the monstrous ones as well. Ooh. Oh, that is beautiful. That is very pretty. They're all beautiful. I'm excited, but there we go. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tales books from around the world. So this haul keeps going. In a similar note, from Tracy, thank you ever so much, Tracy, I've got The Sister Who Ate Her Brothers. Steph bought this one when she was down here, but there was only one copy of it, and I really wanted a copy as well. So I threw it on my wish list, and Tracy got it for me, so thank you ever so much, Tracy, for that. But this is a collection of gruesome tales, and flicking through Steph's book, it just looked, again, like another really interesting read of folk tales and fairy tales and stuff, and I'm apparently really into that at the moment, so there's another one of those. I don't know if I have hauled The Raven and the Reindeer yet, or if I've only mentioned it in a vlog, so I am just going to mention it here that I have the physical copy of this now after I read it on ebook, thanks to Kira. Thank you so much to this. Thank you so much to you for this. And now, growing my Tea Kingfisher collection, I have Bryony and Roses, which was gifted to me by Cece. Cece, you're always in trouble. But this, I think, is a Beauty and the Beast retelling. So we had a Snow Queen retelling, and we've got a Beauty and the Beast retelling. But from how much I loved Raven and the Reindeer, I'm really looking forward to getting round to this one. Maybe Tea Kingfisher could be a new favourite author, who knows? And in a similar note, but not quite the same, also by Tea Kingfisher, is The Hollow Places, which I don't actually know too much about, but when I was going on about these in Polathon sprints, a lot of people were like, Hollow Places, and I caved and threw that on my wish list as well. And then Nina bought me that one, so thank you ever so much, Nina, for this. I really appreciate it. My Tea Kingfisher collection does grow. A gift from Gavin, bless his heart, is Like Charm from Elle McNichol. He went to her book launch, and of course, because Gavin is the best, he got it signed and personalised. He got me, Steph and Pris each a copy, and I'm really excited about this. I've read both of Elle McNichol's other books, which is quite surprising because I don't read contemporary, but I really like them, and this is her fantasy debut, so I'm really excited to get to this and support Elle because she's fantastic, and I've really liked her other books, so fingers crossed I like this one too. Camera battery's flashing, so let's try and fly through the end of this. Also, I believe from Amanda, but didn't come with a gift note, we have Cry of the Ice Mark by Stuart Hill. This is one I threw on my wish list before Polathon because it looked very Polathon-y. I will probably save this for a Polathon in future. My voice went funny there. A young new queen of the Ice Mark must face the most terrible imperial invasion her tiny kingdom has ever known. She needs new allies, but can she really trust the son of a white witch or wolf folk and giant talking snow leopards? Lots going on here. Lots going on. But yeah, sounds like a great fantastical polar adventure, but also quite like political and with this like threat of war and invasion. Sounds like something I'm really going to enjoy, and again, cover is beautiful, so thank you. I believe it was Amanda, but there was no gift note with this one. It'll be back in my conversations somewhere. I need to like write a little note in here so I remember, because I normally like stick the notes in. But yeah, very excited about this one. Next up from Victoria, thank you Victoria, this is a delayed Christmas present, I believe, that has just made its way around. But we have Dark Blade by Steve Feasey. Feasey? The cover for this just yells, Jade, you're really gonna like this, so fingers crossed. When the gods fail, who will keep the darkness out? Lan knows nothing of his mysterious past, but by his 15th birthday he will come face to face with destiny. For Lan must wield the Dread Blade, an ancient sword forged to defeat terrible monsters. Across the mountains, a king has been murdered. His daughter Astrid is a warrior with no desire to bear the crown. Only she can uncover her father's killer before her brother is framed for the crime. Ooh, evil is stirring. Lan and Astrid are the kingdom's last defense. Together, they must face the greatest darkness that their world has ever known. Sounds good. Sounds like I'm going to enjoy it. I don't know if it's adult or YA. I think it could be YA, but it sounds right up my street, so hopefully I enjoy this. And actually, it's quite diddy. I expected it to be a little bit bigger. So hopefully I like this when I get around to it. Thank you ever so much, Victoria. Next up, I have The Black Coast by Mike Brooks. This entirely came recommended from Cassidy, and the gift note nearly fell out there, which was gifted by Amanda. I need to tape that in. Amanda, is that? Oh no, that's my own hand. I thought it had fallen out again. Amanda, thank you ever so much for this, but this is entirely recommendation from Cassidy. She read it, enjoyed it, and pretty much at this point, anything that Cass reads and enjoys, I want. So that's the story of this one. Do I know anything about it? No. War dragons, fearsome raiders, a demonic warlord on the rise. I don't need to know anything else. That's enough. I'm excited about this. Next up, we have The Righteous by David Ragg. This is the sequel to The Black Hawks, which I have over here, which I'm very excited about, but have not yet read. However, Steph has read it, and I'm pretty sure she said it reminded her of The Greatcoats, and that's all I needed to know to be like, right, I'm gonna get the sequel, I'm probably gonna binge them. I'm really excited about it. I think it's like a band of, I don't want to read the blurb of this, but a band of people who are like mercenaries, assassins or something, but they're protecting someone. With killers on your trail, you need killers watching your back. You need the Black Hawk Company, mercenaries, fighters without equal, a squabbling pack of rogues. Prepare to join the Black Hawks. Yeah, so it's the sequel to that, but I don't want to read the blurb because I haven't read this one yet, but I just think I'm really going to enjoy them both. So we've got that, and this was actually gifted to me by Katie as well, so thank you ever so much, Katie, for this one. And finally, last but not least, another gift from Cece. Thank you ever so much, Cece. Girl, you need to stop. We have one that's slightly out of the ordinary for me, and that is Rosalind Palmer Takes the Cake, which is a contemporary romance set against a baking show. I really loved Love and Other Disasters when I read that, which is a contemporary romance set against a cooking show. I wanted more cooking romance recommendations. This one has come up a lot. A lot of people have recommended this. I'm really excited about it. Sue me. So thank you ever so much, CC, for that one. And that is everything. So how many books is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Not too bad, but 28 books. So that means coming soon, there will be an unhaul of 28 books, minimum, to make room for these. So it'll be I have to unhaul at least 28 books. Keep your eyes out for that. But I need to make room for these somewhere, so that's what I'm now going to do. Thank you ever so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, give us a thumbs up. If you want to let me know down below if there's any of these books that you think I should absolutely prioritise getting to, do let me know. If you aren't subscribed and fancy subscribing, I would be eternally grateful for that. I feel like I haven't said that in a while, but feel free to do that. Always welcome. But yeah, otherwise, I shall see you in the next one. Goodbye!